And then in August, they called me and said, okay, we make the deal. Okay, no problem. I was happy. I was not very happy, but I was happy because at least we cut the thing.
As 1993 winds down, Prost makes the decision to retire. Senna heads for a 1994 season with Williams. At the penultimate round at Suzuka, scene of so much bitterness in their rivalry, Prost makes an attempt at reconciliation, but Senna refuses.
Because it was not his decision, he was very, very, very tough, you know, as he can be. And that was in Japan. When we arrived in Australia at the podium, I didn't want to ask him anything. And because it was his decision, he made it himself. That's him. We asked him to come, and then, and he was happy because it was his decision. I suppose in Japan he did not like the way it was maybe my idea or the way I present it like this, and he has done it himself. And from the moment where I come to the podium with him, the whole thing changed completely. Just one story, we were in 88 or 89 in Geneva for the motor show. And that was my house was only half an hour from the motor show. I said, Ayrton, come, we have lunch then we don't stay here, we had a function in the evening. I invited him at home. We had lunch, only two of us. He had a very quick lunch and went into the canapé and slept. And in the car going back to the motor show, he slept. And I asked the guy from Honda in Geneva, Claude Sage, said, you know what happened? I tell him the story. And in fact, he told Claude that he has done that on purpose because he did not want to become friend. He did not want to talk too much to become too close to me, you know? And after I retired, that was completely the opposite. He was telling me things that just to open his heart, open his problem, his worries, his personal life. And I was completely surprised because, again, I was not afraid, you know? But the whole thing became, you know, for everybody, our battle was huge, very important. I mean, for the whole Formula One today, we're still talking about that. And for him, our battle was, you know, he never talked about what happened. Just talking about the present and the future and being a friend. He told me very often, Alain, I'm not motivated to race against these guys. I'm not motivated. You know, please come back. You know, since when we had said, you know, I was laughing, but I was very, very surprised. And again, because you're not friend as a real friend, it's difficult to. And for me, I could not understand Ayrton when he was a racing driver. And at the end, I could not understand 100% of how he behaved as a human side because, you know, the story.
Way he's able to change so quickly is.
In Imola, but on Sunday, just before the race, Ayrton goes into the garage and keep concentrating. We all know, and goes out of the motorhome, and then see me, and then go inside the Renault motorhome when we have a lot of people. Normally, you never do that. Goes with me, and talk to me, and stayed 5 minutes, and then goes back to the garage. Everybody is looking at me and looking and said, what happened? You know, why? Then I went into the garage to see him. That is my last moments with him. And he's talking about a few things. He's not very happy, looks very worried. Talking about Benetton having not being very legal, and just putting himself in a sort of weak position before the race. Compared to what I knew from Ayrton in the past, it was not Ayrton anymore. And
it was that period that you're uncomfortable with the portrayal in the film and how the film portrayed the entire rivalry and missed out that sort of section of the friendship and the communication.
That is why I am upset is not the word. I am disappointed because this kind of film, you can only make one, you know? So if you ask me something about Ayrton, I say, he's different, and he was different, very different. And that is why, you know, we wanted to show that a little bit more. In the film, you know, they even did not show, you know, the recording, you know, when he's recording in the lap in Imola when he said, Alain, we miss you, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And they said it's not true. That was arranged by French TV or something. That is not true. It's fake, you know. And I cannot accept that.
No.
Okay, you understand? I cannot accept that.
And that was the mood and the new relationship in 1994 as Ayrton Senna headed for the fateful weekend at Imola. Having struggled to match the form of Michael Schumacher at Benetton, his third race with Williams would cost him his life.
You went to the funeral, which was an amazing occasion. You were in two minds about the kind of reception you might get there.
Yeah,
But,
you know what I've done? I've called a few persons. And I've called Mr. Lagardère, Jean-Luc Lagardère, the president of Matra, and his wife is Brazilian, was Brazilian. I said, Jean-Luc, that's the situation. I would like to go, but I don't know if it's good or not. And your wife is Brazilian. Ask her what she thinks. And that was you know, she said, you know, you should do it, and talking about, you know, the religion and things like this. And I say, okay, I do. I was not very confident. I think that's the best thing I've done, because I really wanted to do it, and especially after what happened, and I was really good and good for also for me and for my life in the future, because then we put everything. We don't
finality, yeah.
Yeah, it's a finality, and we don't stay on a misunderstanding, and you know, and people all know. No, it was a very big emotion, and but yeah, I'm very happy to have done it. Our battle was huge, very important. He's different, and he was different. If you want to make a strong team, take the best. Take Ayrton.